There's this common misconception that being shredded equals being strong. And just to be fair, this misconception is typically held by those who are not experienced with weight training or have never really been in a really lean state in their life before. Nonetheless, the media will portray people with shredded physiques as some sort of good thing, but that's very far from the truth. It's important to note that there is also way too many steroid and drug users on social media today, which will actually alter their strength levels at an unnatural level. This general perception that a shredded physique is the pinnacle of fitness is absolutely absurd. I can tell you from my own experience, a shredded physique is not conducive for health, fitness, or even just general lifestyle. I'm talking about being below 8% body fat if you're a male and below 18% body fat if you're a female. Just to give you some perspective, here I'm at about 10% body fat. This shot was taken around in October of 2017. I was already starting to feel like shit for the lack of calories I know my body needed to continue to progress with my training. I believe I was weighing somewhere between like 173 and 175 pounds if my memory serves me right. And as you can see here, I'm doing 185 pounds touch and go bench pressing, and it's feeling like it was pretty heavy. Here's me a few days ago benching 225 pounds like it's my bitch for 13 reps after I just completed 250 pounds for 5 sets of 5 at a body weight of around 191 pounds. Now, do I need to weigh 191 pounds? Could I stand to lose a few pounds to be at a lower body fat percentage for the sake of health? Sure, yeah, of course. But on the other side of that, I know if I lose 7 or 8 pounds of fat, I know I'm not going to be as strong or perform as well as I do now. So a few extra body fat percentage points really does help me with my strength development due to the extra energy I have and the increased leverages from carrying that bit of extra mass. Although it does look good to have protruding abs and veins that are popping out everywhere, it is not necessarily the healthiest, hence why I believe walking around somewhere between 12 and even as high as 20% body fat is healthy and most conducive for most men. I don't think men are supposed to be lean year round, year after year, no matter what these fitness models are advertising. I think all that is just marketing bullshit, and you shouldn't fall into that trap because it's simply not reality. It's just marketing. Just to prove my point even further, here's a study that was conducted in 2013 that examined a bodybuilder's biomarkers and performance markers as well. It is well known that bodybuilders will cut down in body fat during their competition prep for a few months before they step on stage. This particular bodybuilder started cutting down like 6 months prior to his competition, and if you look at his performance numbers, they started to dwindle down the leaner and leaner he got. His squat, bench press, and deadlift all significantly dropped the leaner he got, and his relative strength numbers to his body weight actually stayed about the same from when he had more body fat. He went from about just under 15% body fat to around 4.5% body fat on competition day. His testosterone levels plummeted below healthy ranges just 3 months into his cut, where he was at around 8.9% body fat. And as you can see from what is considered to be a healthy testosterone, or what are healthy testosterone levels, he was at 2.25 nanograms per milliliter when he should have been somewhere between 2.9 on the low end and 13 nanograms per milliliters on the high end. If we want to take it a little further, his LDL cholesterol levels were super high and only dropped after he changed his macronutrient ratio intake to consume less protein and more carbohydrates. That's another stigma about being super lean in today's society. Yes, you have to eat more protein as you get leaner. Not going to debate that. However, this promotes even further poor health because people will typically eat more meat products, which are loaded with saturated fat and cholesterol and other artery clogging inflammatory substances that are not healthy for human consumption. Optimal LDL cholesterol levels should be between 50 and 70 milligrams per deciliter. I've said this a cajillion times on my channel, and this guy has pretty much double that. Or at least he had pretty much double that, even at his leanest state when his cholesterol levels should have been lower, because typically cholesterol levels drop as you lose body fat. So, not good. I'm not here to talk about nutrition health in this video, but if you're looking for all kinds of science on why animal products are not healthy for humans, then please check out my playlist where I talk about this subject in more depth with science to support all my statements, all linked in the description box and shown in the videos and all that great stuff. So I've given you some personal experience and some science to back up what I'm saying. So don't give in to this media bullshit of people walking around at super low body fat percentages as a good thing. It's not good for performance. It's not good for your overall health. Your strength numbers will go down and you'll eventually start feeling like shit as your T levels begin to dissipate. If you do want to diet down, then I recommend once you hit your target body fat percentage, and if it's like single digits, don't hold it for too long as you're only leaving gains and your health on the table. I'm harping about this subject to men more than I am to women because one, I'm a man, and two, I personally don't think women face the same type of social media pressures that men do. I don't want this to be misconstrued. Women face all kinds of bullshit on social media. I would say probably maybe even more than men. It's just different methodologies of bullshit. I mean, we're talking about fake asses, fake titties, fake lips, and shit tons of makeup with women, whereas men are just trying to get as strong and jacked as possible by putting time in the weight room and kitchen, and in some cases, using drugs. Yes, these are all things some people do in the name of vanity that has poisoned the perception of what is desirable or healthy, but the route that is taken for women compared to men is very different in most cases. So I don't feel there's anything much else to say in regards to this subject. I hope you were able to take something away from this little tidbit of knowledge and experience from yours truly. So please let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below. As you know, I love to engage with all of you. Please know that I appreciate every single one of you. Feel free to do any of the 3 things you see behind me if you haven't already. I'm the Natural Hulkster. I want to thank you all for watching. And please stay tuned for the next one.